Erica from HeartsChat, and today I'm here to talk about communication styles. So, you've heard Akila talk about communication styles. She sort of talked about her own communication style as well as the different types of communication styles. And Nicole talked about her communication style as well as the benefits to having good communication, how that could better serve you, how that could better help you, and what can happen. And she shared her own experience of what can happen when your communication skills aren't the best. So I'm going to share my tip for having good communication and talk a little bit about my own communication style. My tip for having good communication: two things, your tone and your wording. I am a huge believer in it's not what you say, but how you say it. I think that communication can be tricky when you have to deliver something that's not necessarily a good thing and you don't exactly know what to say or how to get that out. One person can just say, well, I'll just be blunt and I'll just say it and just put it out there. And that can be very off putting. It can come across as rude or offensive, and it could leave a bad taste in the person's mouth. It could also start an argument because of the way you're communicating it. Whereas you can say the same exact message, switch some words around, have a softer tone, and it can come across a lot better. The thing that's tricky about communication is, I think part of having good communication is knowing how to communicate with certain people. We all don't, obviously, we all communicate in different ways, and being able to have good communication is being able to adapt. Some people need that bluntness, they need you just to say it and put it out there. Other people are a little softer and they can't take that and they need it to be delivered in a certain way, or they won't hear you. A lot of times in communication, if you have a message that you want to get across and you're yelling or you're raising your voice, you know, that person's going to shut down. They're not going to hear you. Your message will not be as strong. Whereas if you tone it down a little bit, talk calmly, your message is able to, get across a lot better. And I've seen that, I think there's a lot of things to talk about that, as opinion. That's a fact. Also, the words that you use. If you're using words and you're cussing somebody out, or you're saying, like Akila had mentioned, using a lot of you statements, like you this, you that, again, the person may shut down. They may not be as receptive or open to hearing what you are trying to communicate. So I think it's very important to be mindful of your tone when you're communicating with someone and mindful of your words. This is something I was taught a long time ago, and it's think before you speak is one thing. So think about what you want to say, think about how you want that to come across. And then the other thing I was taught is if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Now, going into my communication style, I do think, I know my communication style, I've been told there's an art to how I say things, that I'm very good at giving a message without it coming across as rude or offensive. I like to be straight and to the point, but I'm not that way in a way that I'm blunt or it comes across as rude. It's my communication style, I think, is honest, but I'm always mindful of how the other person may feel or how they might think about it. And sometimes that could be a disservice to myself because I'm thinking more about, that other person and how they're going to respond. Because me, I don't like conflict. I deal with it, I handle it, I have to. That's a part of life, but it's not my favorite thing to deal with. So I think I'm very mindful of how the other person is going to respond because I don't want to offend anyone and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So, yeah, my communication style, I think it's always growing, always evolving. But one thing I really like to do, I like to be clear. I like to be clear, and there's times when I get frustrated when I'm being so clear and I feel like my message isn't getting across. The other person doesn't understand where I'm coming from. It's very uncomfortable for me to feel misunderstood. And then other times when I get upset and I'm trying to communicate, I talk extremely fast and things just, spill out. That happens far and in between, but I think we all have our limit and we've all been there. So definitely. So yeah, those are my tips. So tone, be mindful of your tone. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to yell. You don't have to be loud. for your message to get across. Sometimes it may seem like that works, but you'll definitely be more effective if you just talk calmly, appropriately, and switch your wording around so that it's not you, and offensive and rude. And I think those little tips will help to be able to improve your communication style. So I hope that you found this helpful. If you have any comments that you'd like to leave or any questions or any other topics that you want us to talk about, just leave a comment below on our YouTube page, or if you're watching on our blog, on our website, you can leave a comment there. And also, as always, you can DM us on Instagram. So thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful, and I will catch you next time in our next video. Thanks.
If you are an artist and would like us to play your music, or have a product or brand that you would like us to advertise, or if you have any questions or comments, please email us at HeartsChat@HeartsChatRadioshow.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Periscope at HeartsChat, and our Instagram at HeartsChatRadio. We post a lot of motivational messages up throughout the day, so if you need a little inspiration or pick-me-up, follow our pages. And for more information on HeartsChat, be sure to visit our website, www.HeartsChatRadioshow.com.
We hope you enjoyed our show today. Tune in every Sunday and Tuesday on HeartsChatRadioshow.com for a new episode of HeartsChat. So don't forget to tune in again at HeartsChatRadioshow.com and check us out.
And visit my blog and ask me all of your relationship questions anonymously at FromEricasHeart.com. Thank you for listening to HeartsChat, where we speak from the heart.
Bye.
Bye-bye.